give it like 30 seconds for people.
Good evening. I'd like to call the meeting to order, please. Welcome everyone to the Bogota Board of Education meeting, regular meeting on October 19th, 2021, 7 p.m. Please stand for the flag salute. Of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. New Jersey Open Publics Meeting Law was enacted to ensure the right of the public to have advance notice of and to attend the meetings of public bodies at which any business affecting their interests is discussed or acted upon. In accordance with the provisions of this act, the Bogota Board of Education has caused notice of this meeting to be published by having the date, time, and place thereof posted in the Bogota Borough Hall, communicated by letter to the record, filed with the clerk of the Borough of Bogota, and posted on the Bogota Board of Education website. Kirsten, would you call the roll, please?
Mrs. Alvarez,
Present.
Mrs. Coles,
Here.
Mrs. Lewis absent, Mr. Miranda absent, Mrs. Oliva,
Here.
Mr. Ortega,
John.
Present.
Ms. Ruckert,
Present.
Mr. Chavez absent, Mrs. Van Buren.
Present.
We have the quorum.
Miranda just got on.
Thank you. Also present, Mr. Kennedy, Superintendent, Mr. Sukas, our Attorney, Mr. Essel, School Business Administrator, Board Secretary, and Ms. Ruiz, our Assistant Board Secretary.
Kathy Van Buren, how are you? Frank Miranda here.
Thank you, Frank. You're here? Okay, we just had you absent. We'll mark you here. Thank you.
Thank you.
All righty, may I have a motion to open to the hearing of citizens' remarks on agenda items only, please?
Motion, Lisa?
Thank you. Second?
Casey.
Thank you. Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, if anyone has anything at this time on agenda items only, please. We just need you to state your name and address, or if you're typing it in, please do so as well. All right, we see no one coming forward, so may I have a motion to close citizens' comments, please?
Motion.
Miranda.
Thank you. Second, thank you, Frank. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Thank you. Mr. Kennedy?
Okay, just a couple of things I have. First, the executive order started this week requiring all school personnel to be vaccinated or submit to weekly testing. We have set up a mobile clinic that came to school yesterday, was able to provide that for our staff. Results came in today, so we're doing what we have to do there. But next week, we will be opening up to the public. So anyone that would like to come and get tested, we'll be sending out a notice tomorrow on where and what to do and how to register if you would like to get tested, or your children would like to get tested. Our diversity committee will begin meeting again next week on Thursday at 8 p.m. on a Google Meet. I had some people register. I will be sending out another registration link for anyone that would like to be involved in that. Also, we will have food service surveys for parents going out this week. We are looking for feedback to help address any issues or concerns. Also, we're going to be surveying the students. The idea is to collect some data, and then we want to form some building committees because each building has their own concerns. And we would like to sit down with students, parents, and the food service provider to work out and improve anything we can there. And that concludes my report.
Kathy, I just have one question.
Yes.
A parent did ask, since the kids are getting free lunch, we don't make food we don't offer any food like French fries and stuff like that anymore. They don't cook anything?
No,
Up
it's the same lunch.
It is?
Yeah.
Okay, because I don't know, they had told me that their kids said they can't get like fries anymore. It's just whatever lunch that they
I mean, I walked around today. I thought I saw mozzarella sticks and fries,
Uh-huh.
but I'm not aware.
I guess, I don't know if it's every day. I'm not sure. I might,
They might not have French fries every day.
but so it's the free lunch, but we're not cooking. It's whatever they offer, correct?
No, well, it's the company, what we've always used, the same thing. So in the past, they would have to pay $3.15,
Okay,
but now it's free to
all right, so
everyone.
it's, all right.
But same companies is making the same.
No, I know
things.
they're doing the same, okay, all right.
Ready, Lisa?
Mhm.
All right, we could move on to the minutes, please. We have September 14, 2021 work session action meeting and September 21st, 2021 for the regular meeting. May I have a motion, please?
Miranda.
Thank you. Frank, I'll have you second. Discussion? No discussion? Trina, are you comfortable with voting on these?
No, I'm gonna
Okay, you
abstain
can
on those
abstain.
minutes.
Okay, great. Thank you. Not great, but thank you. All right, Erica, would you call the roll, please?
Mrs. Alvarez,
Yes.
Mrs. Coles,
Yes,
Mr. Miranda,
Yes,
Mrs. Oliva,
Abstain.
Mr. Ortega,
Yes.
Ms. Rackett,
Yes.
Mrs. Van Buren.
Yes.
Motion carried.
Thank you. Moving on to our consent agenda, starting with policy, resolutions 1019, 2101 through 2118. Keep in mind that 01 is the second reading of this policy, and the others are the first reading. So on 1 through 18, bear with me, please. May I have a motion, please?
Motion.
second,
Thank you. Any
I
discussion?
have a question.
Yes.
I have a question on 2112. It says meal charges, outstanding food service bill as to what that is.
So this is, in the past, there used to be, we've never had it here, but in other districts, they used to call the kids that owed a lot of money and identified them in school. So now there's just some things in place where you can't identify these students if they haven't paid their food bill, and after certain marks, after $10 or $20, there should be communication home with the parents. A lot of times in schools, the younger kids do not have lunch, so they were given lunch, and they would get charged, and they would run up a big bill. But obviously this year everyone's free, so that's not a problem.
Right. I was gonna say, isn't this year everybody free?
Yes.
But in the past, we want to make sure the child is fed. So that's always been a priority. We've never stopped, we've never not let a child have a meal.
Right. But this year is free, so why is?
Because the policy is new from Strauss Esme, so we have to act on it.
Okay, and on 2114, the religious holidays?
So this was an old, a new policy came out that overrode this one, so it took everything from that policy and combined it.
Okay.
So that, I could give you the exact. So our new policy was updated 2270 and addressed all these religious holidays, no longer required as legal requirements in policy, as they are addressed in our new policy 2270 that was approved, I believe, in last January. These are just like what happens is federal laws come out, and then we have to change our policies based off those laws.
Oh, okay.
Okay? You good?
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Any other discussion? If not, maybe, open the roll call, please.
Mrs. Alvarez,
Yes.
Mrs. Coles,
yes,
Mr. Miranda,
yes,
Mrs. Oliva,
Yes.
Mr. Ortega,
Yes.
Ms. Rackett,
Yes.
Mrs. Van Buren.
Yes.
Motion carried.
Thank you. Moving on to education. 1019, 2119 through 30 is on our consent. And there was some new information in number 21. You to note that there were 2 additional field trips added. Then may I have a motion on 19 through 30, please?
Miranda,
Thank you.
Second, Lisa?
Thank you. Discussion? Irvin, would you call the roll, please?
Mrs. Alvarez,
Yes.
Mrs. Coles,
Yes,
Mr.
except for 10-19-21-33. And I just want to say I'm not saying no for the appointment of Ms. Giosa. I was against the coordinator just because I'm all for,
We're not to that yet.
oh, we are, aren't we?
No,
No,
some
I just went
personnel.
through 30 because only, I know it's the same
Did you
section,
say
but we're
30?
only doing consent right now.
Yeah, but it's a different section.
Oh, she said 33, didn't she?
No, through 30.
The 30.
Oh, okay, sorry about that.
That's no problem.
Oh, yes, then I'm all for it.
Okay,
I thought she said 33, the ears are clogged.
Mr. Miranda,
yes.
Mrs. Oliva,
Yes.
Mr. Ortega,
Yes.
Ms. Ruckett,
Yes.
Mrs. Van Buren.
Yes.
Motion carried.
And new on the agenda is 10-19-21-31. May I have a motion, please?
Motion, Lisa?
Thank you.
Second,
Is that you, Frank? Who seconded, Frank?
Frank.
Okay, thank you. Discussion? Roll call, please.
Mrs. Alvarez,
Yes.
Mrs. Coles,
Yes.
Mr. Miranda,
yes.
Mrs. Oliva,
Yes.
Mr. Ortega,
Yes.
Ms. Ruckett,
Yes.
Mrs. Van Buren.
Yes,
Motion carried.
thank you. On to personnel, 10-19-21-32 through 10-19-21-39, noting that there is some new info in number 35, 36, and 39. Couple of additional names. Hold on one second. Sorry, pages are giving me a hard time. I'm coming. There we go. All right, 32 through 39. May I have a motion, please?
Motion, Lisa?
Thank you. Second?
Second.
Thank you, BC. Discussion?
I guess Kathy, I'll just have my discussion on that one
If
before we
you'd like,
vote.
yes, please.
I just wanted to say again that I voted no for the being put on the agenda just because I'm for volunteering and this position's always been volunteers, buck booster. And like I said, it has nothing to do with anybody being appointed to this position. But I'd rather see volunteers working the snack bar instead of paying somebody to coordinate it. I know it's hard to get volunteers, but I feel if we start paying to do these jobs that we're not going to have any volunteers. So I just want to let everyone know that was my reason for not voting for this.
Thank you. Any other discussion? Irvin, would you call the roll, please, on 32 through 39?
Mrs. Alvarez,
Yes.
Coles,
Yes, except for 10-19-21-33.
thank you. Mr. Miranda,
Yes,
Mrs. Oliva,
Yes.
Mr. Ortega,
Yes.
Ms. Ruckett,
Yes.
Mrs. Van Buren.
Yes.
Motion carried.
Thank you. New to the agenda, Resolution 10-19-21-40 through 45. May I have a motion, please? Excuse me, pardon me. Can I just, 1 second? I apologize for going out of order. But I just wanted to go back and say on 10-19-21-32, the resignation of Juan Carlos. Juan Carlos was wonderful to me. Many of you may know that I was rather incapacitated for a while. I couldn't get up the steps or I had to use the lift and everything. Juan Carlos was there for me 100%, helping me out whenever I needed help at a meeting. So I don't know why he's leaving us, but he was a great guy and I wish him a lot of luck in his endeavors. Thank you. Moving back, 40 through 45. May I have a motion, please?
Miranda,
Second, Lisa?
Thank you. Discussion? Roll call, please.
Mrs. Alvarez,
Yes.
Mrs. Coles,
Yes.
Mr. Miranda,
yes.
Mrs. Oliva,
Yes.
Mr. Ortega,
Yes.
Ms. Reckett,
Yes.
Mrs. Van Buren.
Yes,
Motion carried.
thank you. And on to finance, resolutions 1019, 2146 through 60. May I have a motion, please?
Motion, Lisa?
Motion,
you.
second,
Second.
Thank you, DC. Discussion? Roll call, please.
Mrs. Alvarez,
yes,
Mrs. Coles,
Yes.
Mr. Miranda,
yes,
Mrs. Oliva,
Yes.
Mr. Ortega,
yes,
Ms. Reckett,
Yes.
Mrs. Van Buren.
Yes,
Motion carried.
thank you. And buildings and grounds, resolution 1019, 2161. Motion, please.
Miranda,
Thank you. Second.
Lisa?
Thank you. Discussion? No, roll call, please.
Mrs. Alvarez,
yes,
Mrs. Coles,
Yes.
Mr. Miranda,
yes,
Mrs. Oliva,
Yes.
Mr. Ortega,
yes,
Ms. Reckett,
Yes.
Mrs. Van Buren.
Yes,
Motion carried.
thank you. I don't believe we have any committee reports. So we'll move on to old business. Does anyone have anything under old business? I do have something, but does anyone else? All right, I know that there's been some requests at the table, and one in particular to honor a former faculty member who's with us for a very long time, and keeping with tradition, I'd like people to know, the district to know that we are moving forward in regard to recognizing Les Brown for all of his years of service to the district. And Lisa, I think it might be fitting if you would like, since you brought it to our attention, would you like to make a motion that we move forward
Oh,
to give
sure.
a plaque to honor Mr. Brown?
Yes, I'd like to make a motion to honor Les Brown.
I'll second it.
Thank you. Any discussion from anyone?
No, I'd just like to say thank you.
You're welcome. No, thank you. He was a great man. He really was. And Mr. Kennedy's mentioned maybe doing something.
During a basketball game and maybe bring his family back,
Okay.
because he always used to come to the games as well. So we're gonna work with the family and try and get him back and do a little ceremony
Okay.
halftime or something.
All right, right, great. All right, so we can move forward on that, but at least this way now,
All in favor?
family can be notified. Pardon? Would you like me to vote?
All in favor?
Aye,
I always forget that part, don't I? All right, any other discussion? All right, all in favor, please?
Aye.
Any opposed?
aye,
Who opposed?
No, he didn't.
no,
He's late.
Coming later.
John's on medication.
All right, then.
Nightfall's kicking in.
All right.
it's a little delayed. I don't know why.
All right, I don't believe we have anything under new business. And if not, we could open the floor once again to hearing of the public. If motion, please.
Miranda,
Thank you. DC and Frank, thank you. Again, name and address, please. Antoinette, sure, please.
Use the microphone, please. You have to, so that the public can hear.
Hi, Antoinette Ramirez, 98 Queen Anne Road. I just wanted to ask you guys, I'm aware of several incidents that have taken place at or near the high school since the start of the school year, and I was just wondering what, if anything, is being done to prevent these things from happening in the future?
I mean, there's a number of different things that happen. We only have so much authority outside of school, but there's been a lot of parent conferences. I had a meeting with the chief of police. There's been a lot more police presence before and after school. I have to say the last couple of weeks, things have settled down. The first couple of weeks, I think it was a lot for the kids to be back in the building and talking to other superintendents and other principals. It seemed to be a common theme across a lot of school districts. So this is the week of anti-violence awareness, and there was a week of respect last week. So peer groups, mediation, conflict resolution. So there's a lot going on, and we did recognize it right away. So yes, that it has been addressed and will continue to be addressed.
Thank you, Antoinette. Anyone else? Anyone at home? Don't see anything in Q&A. Do you? No, all right, may I have a motion to close?
Motion.
Miranda,
Thank you.
second,
That's both. Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Oh, well, we do not need closed session. So I believe we summed it up pretty quickly. We have a motion to adjourn?
I bring luck. Motion.
Motion, second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed?
Aye.
John, go to bed, John.
We've got enough eyes.
Feel better, John.
Yeah,
Thank you. Thank you.
Good evening.
Bye.
Bye.
Take care. Happy
Good
Halloween.
night.